was sweating. The woman looked at him and noted that this made him even more conspicuous because he looked like a mole cricket. The guy smiled tensely and muttered that everything was wrong. Xavier bowed and admired the ruler's farsightedness. They agreed with the queen that in front of them was a real mole cricket. The brown-haired man glanced sideways at the knight, indignant that he was so pleased. Alicia narrowed her eyes and asked if the aristocrat had not heard when she asked him to come closer. The hero quickly came up and apologized. There was a pause. The woman asked him to come closer and the guy took a step, then another and another. The redhead approached the sweaty young man and asked him to come even closer. Their faces almost touched. Lloyd muttered that he dared not come any closer to her ladyship. The woman leaned forward and quietly told him in his ear that the guy should come to her as soon as he changed his mind. She could give him everything. Alicia passed by and added that this banquet was in his honor. The hero clenched his fist and thought that it was in the bag. Of course, it was best to live doing nothing. But what if a natural disaster happened or there were problems with the estate? The brown-haired man raised his hands and smiled, deciding that he would work and earn a living. Then he would have a luxurious pension. He pounced on the food and thought that he could not wait to get started. He was paid for the work, and now he could just have fun. The knight looked at his master with a sigh. Lloyd froze and remembered that in 3 years the story of the blackening of the queen would happen. By that time he would have both a pension and an estate. 2 men passed behind the hero and said the phrase, "The banquet will last until the moon begins to wane." The young man realized that he knew this phrase. This is the moment when the queen was poisoned and she lost her arm. A secret code that her killers shared. This phrase was supposed to sound in 3 years, and not now. Lloyd turned around and wondered why it was said by Mr. Kale. The queen leaned back on the sofa. She put her hand on her forehead and wondered if she had drunk too much. It seemed to her that everything was as usual. Alicia stood up and thought that the last few days had been oversaturated with events, the academy eliminating the consequences of the flood. She frowned and thought that there were more encroachments from the enemy country of Isfahan. She remembered Samarkand ally and Chad and